Gen X are always forgotten, and that's just how they like it. Today, we're going to be checking out this article. Gen X are always forgotten, and here are 10 reasons why. Gen X are always forgotten, and that's just how they like it. Gen Xers are the mess around, find out generation, but truly the motto more so for Gen X is leave me alone. There are some Gen Xers that are like, no, I'm not like that. I like to make friends. I want you to come and talk to me. Yeah, most Gen Xers don't want you to come and talk to them. Most Gen Xers want you to keep your distance from them. That's just how Gen X really is. Watch it as a video to really understand why Gen X are not only a forgotten generation, but why that's just the way that they like it. And now let's just go ahead and jump right into the article. So, Gen X are always forgotten. Here are 10 reasons why. Let's go ahead and jump on in. Gen X often feels like the middle child of generations, caught between the baby boomers and the millennials, despite being an influential group. Gen X sometimes seems to get overshadowed by the larger and louder generations on either side. So in this list, they're going to explore 10 reasons why Gen X might be forgotten, overlooked, from shifting cultural focus to the challenges of defining their own identity. And there are a few key factors contributing to the phenomenon. So understanding these reasons can help shine light on the unique contributions and experiences of Gen X and remind us why their role is just as important as any other generations, and more so, why that's just the way they like it. So first up, population size. The population size of Gen X is notably smaller compared to the baby boomers and millennials. This is a major reason why they're often overlooked. That's total bull BS. With fewer numbers, their collective voice is less loud and doesn't dominate conversations as much. The smaller population also translates to less impact in areas like voting and consumer trends. Areas where larger groups get more attention. Therefore, the visibility of Gen X in social discussion is naturally limited. It's a case of numbers not working in their favor. That's a load of BS. How many Gen Xers are in the US, right? If we actually look that up, check this out, y'all. There are 60.52 million to 70 million Gen Xers in the United States, all right? Not including Zennials like myself who were born in 1983. This isn't, guys, this is crazy, all right? So there's potentially up to 70 million Gen Xers in the United States, all right? How many baby boomers are there, right? Let's ask that. Are there in the US? So in the US, there are 73 million baby boomers. So this doesn't make a lot of sense. Yes, Gen X is still smaller than the boomers, but there's significantly more there's a lot of Gen Xers. In fact, there may actually be around 70 million Gen Xers today, especially as boomers are beginning to pass away. And very soon, the number of Gen Xers will outnumber the number of boomers. And yet Gen X will continue to remain less vocal than the boomers. The reason is not because Gen Xers are such a small generation. The reason is because Gen X walked away and they don't want to be bothered with anyone else's crap. For the most part, Gen Xers have been less active in politics. They've been less active in societal BS and nonsense, and they've basically just walked away and done their own thing. All right, they like to be left alone. They want to live under their damn rock. This is a pattern of Gen X. Leave me alone. Leave me alone under my rock. And that's what society still can't understand about Gen X. All right, they are the mess around, find out generation. Rule number one: leave me alone. Rule number two: mess around and find out. Rule number two is if you don't understand rule number one. Any of the people that'll pop up in the comments and will say this is not the case, then they're totally fine. I'm Gen X and that's not true. Bro, you're probably the Gen Xer that was getting put into your locker, but you still didn't learn your lesson, all right? Didn't learn your lesson to leave people alone. One of the big problems with Gen X is that they don't care. And you end up with the Karens and the Kevins All right. And that's another thing. They don't care. So you'll tell Karen and you'll tell Kevin to F off. And what does Karen and Kevin keep doing? They keep going and they don't they don't listen until hands are thrown. And then they're forced to listen. Again, that's a big problem with Gen X. They don't care. This is a guys, when they say Gen X doesn't care, Karen and Kevin, the Karens and Kevin, those are people those are the people they're from Gen X. Karen and Kevin are from Gen X. All right, those are the kids that were sheltered, but then they got they suddenly they got out of their gated neighborhoods, and they don't listen very well. All right, they're part of Gen X, and that's an example of Gen X. They don't care. That's why it takes a Gen Xer to deal with another Gen Xer. All right, just like it takes a junkyard dog to deal with a junkyard dog. Guys, look at the media right now. Look at what they're saying about Trump. They're saying that and Trump and Rocket Man over in North Korea, okay, Kim Jong. Kim Jong is saying they're saying that Kim Jong has said privately he's hoping that Trump gets reelected because he wants to make a deal with the United States, and he believes he can do this because Trump is his friend. He says that Trump is his friend. He calls Trump friend. Keep in mind, no other president has been as critical of North Korea as Donald Trump. But at the same time, Donald Trump has tried to touch base with them, develop a relationship with them, open a dialogue with them. Trump doesn't take any BS, just like Vladimir Putin doesn't take any BS. And as a result, basically, all of these guys, and I love Donald Trump. I think Trump is incredible. But let's make it very clear. Trump is very happy to get down in the mud. All right? This is a guy who was wrestling in the WWE in his suits. Bro was in the WWE throwing down in suits in the WWE. That's just his uniform. Do not let the suit fool you. All right? This is a junkyard dog. Donald Trump, Xi Jinping, Vladimir Putin, okay, Kim Jong. These are all junkyard dogs. So you need a junkyard dog to beat a junkyard dog. This is the reason why you need a Gen Xer to beat a Gen Xer, because Gen Xers understand Gen Xers. They understand one another, hence they know how to deal with one another. For example, I see something that's coming right now that a lot of people don't see. I haven't talked about it in many of my videos. Gen X is taking over YouTube. Guys, these people are taking over the platform. They've got this evil look upon them right now. I know what Gen X is doing. I can see what Gen X is doing because Gen Z is so terrible. Guys, because Gen Z is so bad, so terrible right now, like they're dropping out of the workforce, rapidly. 91% of them report having mental health issues. Almost 25% of them are essentially mentally disabled. They have long-term mental illness. So they're basically a group of people that could now go and apply for disability and they would just never work again. Do not expect these people to ever contribute to the economy ever again. They are mentally disabled people, and you can't. These are people who are like they will basically need support like for the rest of their lives. People to take care of them, maybe even bathe them. I'm not joking around. Like they have severe mental illness. 91% are mentally ill. And some of you have said it's 100%. Some of you have said it's 100%. But when you have 91% of them reporting mental illness, 91% of Gen Zers report mental illness. About a quarter of them are essentially mentally disabled. 91, we're approaching 100%. That means really you have 9% left over, and from that 9%, you have to wonder: do they even know if they're mentally ill or not? Like you need to actually like the 9% of Gen Zers who don't think that they're mentally ill. The 9% of Gen Zers who don't think that they're mentally ill, just because they say that they're not mentally ill. doesn't mean they're just because they say they're not reporting traits of mental signs traits of mental illness. Because when they do these studies, they basically ask what are your specific symptoms, depression, depression, bipolar behavior, variety, all of these mental health conditions. So they do ask them, what do you what are you reporting? And for the ones who are not reporting anything, you have to wonder if they even know that they have a mental illness, or that they have something going on there. And everyone has something. Everyone has something in their life. But I'm wondering about like this, like even that 9%. I don't trust that 9%. Like, and that 9% needs to be evaluated. And it's like everyone's like, oh, angry, you want to like stuff pills on everyone. Listen to me. Gen Z is different. And Gen X knows that Gen Z is different because they raised them. They know that these people are mentally handicapped. All right. They know this type of BS that they're doing will not fly. Many of these people will never work for the rest of their lives. All right. Many people will never work ever again, or they will never hold normal jobs ever again, or consistent jobs. I've already said this, that many, if not most, Gen Alphas will never work. Like, forget about them. They will never have a normal job. They will never contribute anything of real value to society. They're going to basically have to be provided for. That's why I said many of them will be a large prison population. They're coming from fatherless homes, and many of them can't read or write. Like, forget about like barely read or write. They can't sound it out, and they're still being passed from one grade to another. All right, you have middle school teachers who saying that the average kid that they have that are in like sixth or seventh grade is on a third grade or fourth grade reading level, although they have some kids who are on a kindergarten reading level. How the hell are you on a kindergarten reading? How are you 11 or 12 years old and you're on a kindergarten reading level, bro? You're not gonna catch up, little bro. You're not gonna catch up. All right, little bro, take the L. Take the L. You're not gonna get, not with that attitude. A 12 years old on a kindergarten now, little bro. Nah, it's not gonna work out for you, little bro. Stick a fork in you. You're done. You're done. All right. Like, you're not even gonna make it. You're not forget about even making a mixtape, bro. You're done. You are done. Eminem is a crazy lyricist. All right. He wasn't good with high school, but this dude is a very intelligent dude. All right, guys like Eminem, he's like now, little bro, you're not gonna make it. You're not gonna make it in the rap industry. You're not gonna make it. You're not even gonna make it as a homeless dude, okay? Because these people go around recycling cans. You're kind of lazy too. Nah, little bro, we're definitely gonna have to get some kind of like public. Just file for disability, little bro. File for disability, little bro. All right, just declare yourself as mentally incompetent. Declare yourself as mentally incompetent. Let them know that you're illiterate. Let them know you can't do it. You can't do any math. Let them know you have anger issues. You struggle with depression and all and intrusive thoughts. Just tell them everything that's going on with you. If they offer you meds, take them, and they'll get you set up. They'll get you set up, little bro. They'll get you set up with whatever. They'll get you set up with what you need, my bro. They'll get you set up with what you need. Yeah, guys, the future isn't looking so good for Gen Z, and Gen X is realizing that there's so much opportunity because these people are not stepping up, and you don't have any competition. Competing, saying that like Gen Z is competition is like saying that it's like saying that an onion is trying to compete with a bowling ball. They're both round, but let's be realistic. You pick the bowling ball up, you drop it on the onion. That's the end of the onion. It's gonna cry. All right. So, guys, Gen X are always forgotten, and that's just how they like it. The future for Gen Z is destitution and despair. The future for Gen X is they're going to take this crap over. They're going to take over YouTube. They're going to take over society. All right. They're going to take this thing over because they've been working from the very moment that their little hands can move. So they're going to keep on grinding and pushing, and they're going to take it all. They're going to take it all. They don't give a damn if you care. They prefer that you don't even know about them. I've already said this. When Gen X starts passing away, when they start aging out and passing away, no one's even going to know about it and that's just the way that they like it. By the way, guys, if you're enjoying the content, subscribe to our newsletter for my personal thoughts, insights, and a free copy of my ebook, The Blueprint for Escaping the Rat Race. Click the link in the description to get your free copy. What do you guys think regarding all of this? Gen X are always forgotten, and that's just the way they like it. Let me know your thoughts, and we'll talk about it in the comments. Like the video if you like it. Don't forget to subscribe, and if you like the video, share the video. And just remember that all roads lead to MWA and walking away. And cheers.